Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the news beat presented to you by Gladys Like and Survivor. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. Uganda has once again taken the infamous #1 position in alcohol consumption in the entire East African region. And since Uganda has no alcohol policy or effective regulatory body in use, there are worries that it might fail to cope with the problems associated with alcohol abuse.
However, Mukono Municipality Member of Parliament Mrs. Betty Namboze Bachireke is seeking to introduce a bill to avert the danger. And the bill will regulate the production and consumption of alcohol in Uganda. The Alcoholics Drinks Control Bill 2016 is the latest legislative assignment that awaits the swearing in of the new legislators of Parliament.
The law proposes that selling alcohol in bars and recreation centers should start from 6 p.m. and not exceed midnight as it is in Tanzania and Rwanda.
The law also intends to ban the sale of alcohol to kids or parents who take their kids to drinking rendezvous and the sale of alcohol in public spaces kids use.
Punishments will range from warnings and fines for illegal sale of alcohol and imprisonment of not less than a year according to the proposed law.
The bill also intends to ensure that sachets of less than 500 milliliters are never sold again and also bans politicians from giving alcoholic drinks to voters during political campaigns.
Beer, spirits and wines are the recognized types of alcohol in the regulated markets. But as most Ugandans consume the unregulated type of alcohol and liquor packed in cheap packets.
89% of the brew consumed in Uganda is unregulated according to the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, and unregulated weraji accounts for nearly 80% of the liquor produced in Uganda.
However, Uganda's Ministry of Trade and Ministry of Health continue to have conflicting interests as they both seek the authority to regulate alcohol in Uganda in a heated context.
The Ministry of Trade has blocked the Health Ministry from banning the manufacture of weraji sachets and to update the Nguli Act, which regulates Uganda's alcohol industry and its market, a law that has not been updated since 1964 to date. Venezuela has been affected by hyperinflation, food and medical supply shortages, political infighting, the Zika virus, and the country's persistent water and power outages. Crime rates have skyrocketed and lawlessness has spread like a virus, as Venezuela now has the second highest per capita homicide rate after Honduras. The El Guri Dam's low water levels have also contributed to Venezuela's economic fragility, since the dam supplies 70% of the country's hydroelectricity. And although Venezuelans are accustomed to blackouts, the government has now made it official, except in some tourist destinations, hospitals, and in Caracas, Venezuela's capital. President Nicolas Maduro's decision to have Mondays and Tuesdays as the only working days of the week as a measure to save electricity came as a shock to the Venezuelan public. Protests broke out in many cities against President Maduro's controversial decision as he continued to urge Venezuelans to cut down on appliance use for energy conservation. He also urged women to limit their use of hair dryers to special occasions. On the other hand, the bolivar has fallen 98% against the dollar since President Maduro was elected into office, and long queues at state supermarkets have become the norm due to the country's economic crisis. And although Venezuela has for long had the world's lowest prices of gas, it has been compelled to hike fuel prices for the first time in 20 years. Venezuela's multiple crises have heavily affected President Maduro's popularity, as almost 70% of Venezuelans now believe he has lost credibility. The opposition is also trying to collect 4 million signatures for a petition for a recall referendum through the constitution in order to dismiss President Maduro from office for mismanaging the nation. Family is the most treasured aspect of life. Our reporter Zion Shiba is here to tell us more.
This 15th of May, we celebrate International Family Day. So get together with your family, have fun and play, but take time to think about what I have to say. Without a family, we will be so alone, even if you have a home. We need to spend time together and understand each other. Together we are stronger and can care for each other, for children as well as the mamas and papas. And remember, always give love and care for the judges. We need each other, whether big or small, respect one another. We wish you a happy International Family Day. I'm Zion Shiba, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, Zion Shiba, for that report. Most people expect news from Somalia to be about terrorism or about Al-Shabaab and Islamic extremism. But here's the story of a boy who won local fame and free education through his own creativity and dedication to invention. Guled Adan Abdi is from Buhodo, a town in northern Somalia. He taught himself how to make toy cars and became famous in his area. Every day after school, after his classes end at noon, he works on his cars, giving his talent time to bloom. He takes rabbit rubbish and recycles it, making models from plastic parts, and attaches a battery, a powered control box to move the cars. Abdi wasn't trained, but learned from his own investigation. It is possible that necessity led him to invention. His father went missing in 2002 and is presumed dead. His mother works hard to keep them both fed. She sells Yera and Somali pancakes to make a living, but she can barely make enough to sustain their city living. But with Abdi's growing reputation, the future looks bright, especially for his education. His teacher Asha Ahmed Omar gives him encouragement and buys him batteries for his experiments. At first, his mother was irritated with his obsession, but now believes him to be a genius and is proud of her son. Abdi has a lot more ambition beyond models and small-scale inventions. He would like to learn how to produce cars, and no doubt, his determination will take him far. That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit, Still Ladies Like and Survivor. Reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.